So I've done a couple of videos on Windows apps already, but the more you use Windows, especially Windows 11, the more hidden gems that come into your field of view. So here's 10 Windows apps that you should definitely consider installing on your PC. So with that, let's begin. First up is Auto Dark Mode. Now everyone knows that Windows has a dark mode, but for some crazy reason, Microsoft hasn't really added functionality to automatically switch between light mode and dark mode, and that's where this app comes in, allowing you to automatically switch between both modes. It's got loads of settings that you can play around with, as well as being able to switch with the Windows nightlight based on the sunset, hotkeys for quick toggling, and battery mode settings as well, and even being able to control dark mode for just your apps or just the Windows UI, or even both. Definitely a must-have for all Windows users. Number 2, Everything and Flow Launcher. I could have made 2 out of this, but decided to put both of these into one, as they work well together really. Starting with the Everything app, though Windows Search has got a lot better in Windows 11 from its notoriously bad Windows 10 days, there's still improvements to be made. I mean, there are many Windows search alternatives out there, but one that kept getting recommended wherever you searched on the internet was Everything Search. Now this app is known for its rapid searching and finding what you need, no matter how deep it is in your folder structure. But if you're like me, I'm sure you also thought that while this app is super functional, it is kind of old looking and doesn't really match the Windows 11 aesthetic. And that's where Flow Launcher comes in. It basically steals the Spotlight search functionality from macOS and adds it to Windows. Now Flow Launcher itself can act as a Windows search replacement, but its real talent is the fact that it supports many plugins. Yes, Everything Search is also available here too. This means you can have the power of Everything Search with the clean and easy to use aesthetic of Flow Launcher, and thus the best of both worlds. Perfectly balanced as all things should be. Number 3, Intel Unison. Now if you're anything like me and transfer a lot of files from your phone to your laptop and wish that you had some form of airdrop, then you'll want this app. It's not just for iPhone users either, it's available for Android as well. But if you download this app on your PC and your phone, you can basically use it as an airdrop alternative. Now I know some people gloss over this having to download an application on both devices, but it's an official app made by Intel, and it's not the typical bloatware that you might expect. It works as advertised, and there's not really a whole load of random hoops that you need to jump through in order to get it working. I mean, it even has deeper integration in the sense that you can also get notifications from your phone on your desktop. So hopefully from now on you won't need to keep uploading stuff to the likes of Google Drive to get your files across. Number 4, Winearo Tweaker. Next, let's sort out the File Explorer, shall we? So when you open File Explorer, you can open it to the home page, which some people might find useful, but what I prefer is the more classic This PC menu. But what would be even better is being able to open File Explorer directly at the Downloads folder, and it turns out that Winearo Tweaker allows you to do just that, and even allows you to launch a specific directory if you prefer. But File Explorer isn't the only set of things that this application can tweak, but aspects across the whole of Windows as well. I mean, I might do a video at some point covering this tool in a bit more detail in the future, because there are just so many features on this application. So if you want to see a detailed video covering some of the best tweaks across them all, then be sure to drop a like. Number 5, Nilesoft Shell. So there are many people who find the new right-click menu in Windows 11 to be particularly annoying, myself included, mostly due to this button right here, the Show More Options button. I mean, I don't know why it was made into this shorter menu in the first place, but if you want the old menu back, then be sure to get this app. Not only does this app add many of the old menu items back as they were in Windows 10, but also adds icons to them as well to fit the Windows 11 aesthetic, as opposed to many other apps which simply just restores the Windows 10 menu alone. Oh, and quick tip, if this doesn't float your boat, then it might be handy for you to know that you can press Shift and then right click to get right at the traditional right click menu panel as well, just so you know. Though, if you're interested in Windows settings, then I'll leave a video in the cards above to 25 Windows settings that you must change in Windows 11 as part of an ultimate checklist. Number 6, Dopamine. Right, so now let's talk about Dopamine. No, not that type of dopamine. Dopamine, the media player. So if you have music files on your computer and want to listen to them, then I wouldn't really bother with the default music players built into Windows. They're just too clunky and kind of ugly to use. Instead, download this player, which offers a much more modern listening experience with its intuitive and optimized layout as well. Not to mention, the now playing screen looks really good too. It's great for those who make use of a locally stored music collection in a folder on your computer, for example. Number 7, FX Sound. Now on the topic of audio, you might want something to adjust your EQ with. To do this, consider getting the FX Sound app, which offers a nice, minimal, clean interface in regards to being able to adjust your EQ across Windows. So if you want to double down on that extra bass, then I guess this app will give all the power to you. What's also great about this is that it appears as a separate source in your Windows sound outputs, so you can easily switch between the FX Sound filter and the default Windows one. Also, for the audio files out there, if you don't really mind a slightly older looking app interface, then check out Equalizer APO to give you some extreme granularity granular control of your audio if you're interested. Number 8. The Arc browser. Right, so now let's talk about the browser. Google Chrome uses too much RAM. Microsoft Edge is made by Microsoft and steals your data. Safari is just not an option. And other browsers, well, there are just too many for this list to carry on. Because of this, I've recently been looking into the Arc browser, as it seems to be on the rise and is available for Windows as well. Some of the key features that this app provides includes vertical tabs by default, split windows, spaces which are kind of like virtual desktops to keep your tabs organized, a much more modern UI. I'd say it's similar to Safari in some aspects, but yeah, a heavy emphasis on privacy, customization of the core theme, and is much more lightweight than Chrome, but it's still built on Chromium as well, so all your extensions work seamlessly. But yeah, I'll keep this short for the sake of this video, as I plan to do a full dedicated video on this browser sometime in the near future, so be sure to be subscribed so you're notified for that. Number 9. Sumatra PDF. Now, talking of browsers, you're likely using one to view your PDFs. Well, what if I told you that there was a better way? No, I'm not talking about paying for Adobe Acrobat Pro here, but rather the free Sumatra PDF application. Now, you might be a bit skeptical about having a dedicated PDF application, and I don't blame you, as I was thinking the same before planning this video, but having one can be really handy, like being able to see your PDFs you've opened previously as part of a history all in one place, and having some additional controls can come in really handy. I mean, this PDF application is pretty lightweight and basic overall, but gets a core job done and is 100% free, compared to majority of the other applications which are paid. Though I will give an honorable mention to Seja's PDF tools, offering online solutions as well as a handicapped desktop version for free. So yeah, hopefully that should have helped to improve your current PDF viewing experience. Number 10. ShareX. And finally, we have the ShareX app. This app, according to my very scientific study of Reddit, is what most people generally use for their screenshot application of choice. Some of the key benefits being deep customization of the workflow that happens when you take a screenshot, customizing upload locations, resizing the selection area, snapping to areas automatically as needed, and a pixel magnifying glass, which is just such a nice feature and miss on those apps that don't have it, just to name a few features. But again, there are many screenshot apps available, each with slight advantages over each other, depending on your use case. So drop a comment if you want to see a video on that at some point. But anyway, if you want to see another 10 set of Windows apps that you should consider downloading, then be sure to check this video out. Or if you want to take your iPhone game to the next level, then be sure to check this video here. Other than that, like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.